Hey y'all, welcome to Life on Goldman Road. I am Brenda. If you're new here, welcome to this crazy life. If you've been with me for a while, you know we're gonna cook something. We're in the kitchen. Today, let me find it. We have something in the crock pot. Friday night we went to supper with friends at their house, and they had culled some rabbits that day. They raised meat rabbits, and he had culled 4. We had stew from 1, and he had 3 ready to go in the freezer. So we got one, and we are gonna debone that thing and make some stew. Now today it is sunny. Let me check the temperature. Y'all, it is 77 degrees, which is glorious. But it's not really seasoned for stew, you know? So we are gonna get this crock pot over here, get that rabbit out so we can debone it. Clarence just left on the side by side, and the dogs are going crazy, so sorry about that. The window behind me is really bright too, and I apologize for that lighting, but I wanted to bring you closer to the crock pot because I don't want to move this hot, heavy crock pot. As I was saying, we went over to friends Friday night. Can y'all see that steam? And had rabbit stew, and it was delicious. And of course, at night, our temperatures are still getting down low. Not as low as they were last week, but they are, it's still getting cool at night. This is going to burn. Ow! Hot. Anyway, so this rabbit, I'm going to show you a picture of the 4 on top of a ice chest. I grew up around wild rabbits, right? So, not that my dad was a hunter by any means, but we have rabbits all over the farm. They're little bitty things. Tame rabbits are a whole nother thing. We went to a women and ag meeting. I think I kind of went over it with y'all. Back in the summer, I think it was. And I learned tamed rabbits are white meat, and wild rabbits are dark meat. So, when I get I'm trying to get it out of the, with it, it's literally falling apart. But, oh gosh, I'm going to show you. Get a hunk of this. Oh, there's a piece. Let me get a hunk of this meat and block this sun and show you. The sunlight. Do you see that? I hope. That is beautiful white meat. This rabbit came home with us in a 2-gallon freezer bag. Yes, it was that big. So, I am going to try. I'm going to have to get a ladle of some sort because it is literally falling apart. Y'all, I'm so sorry about that sun. Let me get you closer and see. So anyway, got to try to get everything out of this pot. I have got some beautiful broth. We did not add anything to this broth. And I will use it in our stew. Now, like I said, we're going to do stew. It's not exactly the weather for stew, but it will be very, very quickly. So, to do this, I am going to debone this rabbit. I have some potatoes and onions over here. We're going to use those. I have some frozen veggies. Just, a pack of miscellaneous frozen peas, carrots, green beans maybe. Just mixed vegetables. It's right here in my freezer. So just peas, corn, sweet peas, green beans, carrots. Did I say that? So just, just mixed vegetables. So we are going to put that in our stew along with the potatoes and onions. Now, we actually had stew last night as well. We went to a little Halloween party, and my cousin did his dad's famous stew recipe. So we had stew last night. The kids went on a hayride. It was great. They loved it. This is going to be more than a chore than I expected, because I have found the little rib cage. Oh gosh, what bones. So I'm going to go through here and pick bones. But we did the Halloween thing last night. The kids went on a hayride. It was cold, but they said they had fun. Now, we did not go. We bailed because we knew it was going to be a long hayride, and we really had not planned to go on it anyway. Neither here nor there. So this weekend we're kind of stewed out. So even though I'm making stew tonight, and Clarence may eat stew tonight, but I don't think I am. I really wish I had gotten out the lemon garlic freezer meal that we did, and he could have grilled that. Oh, that would have been good tonight with some sauteed zucchini and squash. Hillary picked all of her tomatoes off of her tomato plant the other night and got loads and loads of green tomatoes that are delicious. So we could have had that, but I don't know yet what we're going to have. We're making headway with the bones so far. This is going to be a slow process, and I'm not going to talk the whole time I pick bones, but I just wanted to let you know what we were going to do. So I'm going to get in here and really look for these bones, get every one of them out, and I will show you our shredded meat when I get finished, ready to go back into our crock pot and become stew. All right, we got what essentially looks like chicken. Tastes like chicken too, to be honest. It's not seasoned. It just tastes like meat. There's no real there's no gamey flavor. It is a tamed rabbit. And before you come at me in the comments, oh, that poor sweet little bunny. Where do you think you get your meat from in the grocery store? I know, most grocery stores don't have rabbit. But you have beef and chicken and pork. All of that stuff. So, same thing. Same thing. We just went to a friend's farm and went grocery shopping for the meat. Now I have this little bowl here. This is bones and just like little fat things that I didn't want in my stew. These rabbits were very, very healthy. They had fat pockets on them. Amazing flavor is going to be in this broth and our stew because of that. So I'm going to get to working on building the stew. Now first I got to get the potatoes and the onions in there because they need to actually cook. Our frozen vegetables, as soon as they hit that hot water, it's going to be over with. And then our meat is already falling apart as it is, so it's fine. We're going to season it up with some salt and pepper, probably a little garlic powder. There is no telling what else we put in there. We shall see. Let's see what we can do. All right, y'all. Change of direction. You know how I am. It is 3:35 already. So if I needed this, if I were going to do this in the crock pot, I needed to have been on early this morning, but we had church and yada, yada, yada. So I cubed up potatoes, 4 potatoes, and an onion. Kind of going to go with this and see how it goes. I'm going to put some broth in here from the rabbit out of the crock pot and get these to start softening. Now, I don't want them fork tender. I don't want that right now. When they start to soften, which will be probably 5 or 10 minutes, we're going to just add everything else because I need this to be able to cool down so I can put this up tonight. We will put this, what Clarence doesn't eat if he eats this tonight. We will put this in the freezer. We will use quart bags since it's just Clarence and myself. That'll give us 1 to 2 days of soup or stew for a couple of meals. So someone asked the question, how do I do this for just one person? That's kind of hard to say. The quart bag, say the quart bag gives 2 people 4 meals, 2 meals apiece. So if you wanted it to just be yourself, you could do a pint bag and have 2 meals or 2 helpings. There are, let me show you. These little meal prep containers are absolutely fabulous. And I have, that I don't see right now, these are not them, but it's similar. Okay, so these are divided. They have 2 compartments, a big compartment and a little compartment. But I have some that have a medium-sized compartment and then two compartments. So, in a case like that, you could actually do like a homemade TV dinner. I have a cousin that actually has done that in the past for her and her husband, just because they have certain things that are left over. So she puts them in individual little containers, and one night she might want pork chops and, he has turkey or something. It just, you can be so versatile with something like that. With this, it would be really easy to portion up for one person. So you just kind of have to look at what you cook and figure out how to freeze it. I know there are certain things like mashed potatoes and things like that you want to do a little different when you go to freeze them. But check out the frozen aisle. See what's frozen. Maybe that will give you some ideas. But I'm going to go ahead and get the broth in our potatoes and onions. Watch this. Get them starting to get soft. And then we're going to add the rest of our stuff. But I'm also going to go ahead and start seasoning this broth that is going to cook our potatoes and onions right now. All right, I've got you back over next to the stove where you can see kind of everything over this direction. But I'm going to tilt you down so you can see our pot. And we're going to add this broth here to that. So now you can see our potatoes and onions in here. And of course I cannot find my ladle anywhere. So what I'm going to do is just kind of pour some over into, oh, it's still hot, 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 hot. All right, so I'm going to cover our potatoes and onions. Let's get it on so it can start cooking. And we're going to start adding some stuff to this. This is just black pepper. It was closest at hand. Let me grab my salt. If you don't do anything else for your food, the salt will help bring out the flavor. So, and you know, I have not mentioned, but we will be adding probably, and I know we will, diced tomatoes, because that is one of the things that we need for our stew. So we're going to let that go right now, and we'll come back when our potatoes start to get tender. Y'all, we are there. So I'm going to get our frozen veggies out. And make everything fall out of the refrigerator. Try not to. Alright. Let's see how to open this thing. Cut. Oh dear heaven. Why can't they just say, here, tear it open? But because I'm not going to use the whole bag, I'm going to read their instructions. And probably regret my decision. But here we are. Alright, so I'm not measuring. Where's my spoon? That's going to be good for right now. Maybe a little meaty. We may have to add more liquid, which is fine. Not a biggie. Okay, so I opened up a jar of tomatoes that I canned this summer because it wasn't a full jar. Well, it is a beautiful jar. But they are salty. And I don't know why. I mean, obviously I added the wrong amount of salt. But I'm afraid if I add it to this, it will be too salty. Because we seasoned our broth. Yay, Brenda. Okay, so let me get another can of tomatoes to add to this. So hang tight. All right, so I just grabbed a can of diced tomatoes. So next time I do soup, I will know to open my tomatoes first and check the saltiness before I season my broth. That's weird. Anyway, we will definitely enjoy those tomatoes at some point this week if I have to make like spaghetti sauce or something. Okay, so here we are. That's pretty good. I'm going to let this cook for a little bit. May add just a tiny bit more broth to get it a little bit more. Okay. Let's go with that. Everything's covered. I just kind of want to get everything together. And then if we need to add something, such as salt, I can add a little bit of those tomatoes into this. But right now, I'm going to just bring it back up to temperature. But essentially, other than different seasonings if you want, or whatever, it's pretty much done. This is just gotta simmer. So this actually it's about a half a pot. So out of that, I think I'm going to get about 4 quart bags. That'll be pretty good. And it may be 3. I don't know. We'll go along with that. But I want to show you something. This baby right here. And there goes another one. He has attached himself to me this week. I don't know why, but he is underfoot or laying his head on my shoulder in the recliner or wanting to sit in the recliner with me, which is highly unusual for him. But anyway, I have a bodyguard. Just in case I forget to tell you, I did add that jar of crushed tomatoes that I had canned that was too salty. The seasoning is now absolutely perfect. I sent some home with my mom. And yes, I will probably be eating this for supper because it's smelling really good right now. And I know Clarence will. And, I would love to make some cornbread. But I know if I make cornbread, yeah, I'm going to want to eat it. So, do I try to tweak my low-carb cornbread again or just let it go? I am, and I'm going to let you know how this turns out. This is, it's a low-carb, I don't even know what to call it because there's no flour or anything in it. We're going to bake it in the oven, see how it goes. If I like it, I'll take you along for the ride. All right, let me see if I can show you. I got my bowl fixed. It looks wonderful. My kitchen is a wreck. I don't care. Anyway, we have got a good supper. Now, that little surprise thing that I did actually turned out really good. Yeah. So, it's kind of like, it would kind of be like a bread. But anyway, this is what it looks like. That's Parmesan cheese on top. Next time, when I take y'all along with this, because I done got a little piece of it and it's good, I want to do a bigger pan. That way it's crispy all the way. Because this, I don't know if y'all can see right there, but this, it's kind of got just a little bit too much. It needs to be a little bit more thin. But anyway, this tastes fabulous. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you what's in it, but we'll do it together probably this week. So, it's 3 eggs, 3/4 cup of sour cream, and 1.5 cups of mozzarella cheese. We baked it in the oven. When it came out, I spread, I brushed on melted butter, a little Parmesan cheese, and garlic salt. This is going to be fabulous to dip in marinara or pizza sauce. And that's what I'm going to do with it. But tonight, I'm probably going to nibble on it with my stew. I also did some fried green tomatoes strictly because I was craving them. So, quite a supper combination, I know, but I'm about to dig into it. Let me get my spoon. This is hot. It is hot, 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 but I'm so ready for it. Oh, look at that steam. So this has got to cool off for a second, but I'm going to enjoy my supper tonight of my rabbit stew. Clarence is going to eat, and then we're going to cool this down, and I will bag it up. And I will either come back on and tell you how many bags we got, or I'll just like type it across the bottom right here. So, but anyway, I am going to wrap it up tonight. Hopefully get some dishes and stuff in the dishwasher, and maybe some stuff done. Maybe not. Who knows? I'm still on weight restrictions. We are coming into 4 weeks. 4 weeks Tuesday. So you'll see this on Monday. So Tuesday will be 4 weeks. 10 pounds. That's all I can do. But anyway, we're going to get some stuff done and stay within our limitations. But I'm going to close here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for stopping by. Until next time, I'll see you later.